me and Susan.
Do I need to wear the wig?
Yes.
Okay.
Susan is my sous chef, and today we're going to be making white chocolate souffle.
Alright, well, what will we need, Maddie?
Okay, for this, we are going to need... Okay, so first I'll start with the stuff you need to make it. Not the ingredients, just like the stuff. You're going to need a whisk.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need 2 large bowls, which already have egg yolk and egg white in them. You're going to need a small saucepan, and you're going to need 3 ramekins.
Okay.
Alright, now for the ingredients. You're going to need 200 milliliters of just whole milk.
That's 200 mils of milk,
Yep.
okay.
And then you're going to need about a teaspoon of vanilla essence or half a vanilla bean.
Now, have we already put that in the milk?
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Alright, and then you're going to need 3 egg yolks.
Yep.
You're going to need 3 egg whites.
Yep.
You're going to need 60 grams of sugar, 20 grams of flour, just like...
About 100 grams?
About 100 grams of white chocolate or normal chocolate.
Good handful,
or
right?
caramel chocolate, whatever you want. And then you're going to want about 5 grams of butter. That's going to be to grease the ramekins. And then you're going to need a little bit more sugar to put in the ramekins.
That's cool. And how many does this make?
This makes about 3.
About 3. Okay.
That's why we have 3 ramekins.
Alright, well, what's the first thing we got to do then?
Alright, first thing you got to do is you got to get your egg yolks. Oh, wait, no. First thing you got to do is get your saucepan and your milk and vanilla. And you're going to want to turn that on just high and pour that on in. And you're going to let that get nice and...
Just come to the boil?
Yeah, come to the boil, but only just.
I'll just stir that for you in the meantime.
Alright, and while you stir that, I'm going to stir the 3 egg yolks and the 60 grams of sugar. And you want this to get almost white and really nice and like double in the like.
Okay.
This is about halfway done, I'd say.
Yeah, that's coming along very nicely, isn't it?
You've got a really nice whisk here. Oh, Annabelle. Could you put the white chocolate in the microwave for me?
Sure. Chocolate could take about a minute, but check it every 30 seconds and 15 when it gets closer, because it's very easy to burn it in the microwave.
She's right, you know.
Now, if you look over here, our milk's just coming to the boil.
And our egg yolk and sugar mixture is just about ready.
So, what we're going to do
is add the flour first.
Yep.
So, you're going to add your 20 grams of flour.
And that's just plain flour?
Yep, just plain flour. Not self-raising or anything. And then you're going to mix that in.
Hold on a moment. Just over here, we've got our chocolates just done. You just want it melted. I'm going to mix that through. There we go. That's lovely. Okay.
Nice and melted.
Now,
alright, so you're going to pour the milk and vanilla into the flour, sugar,
all I've done
and
is just
egg
bring
yolks.
this to the boil.
You're going to want to stir while this is being poured in. Don't splash it on yourself because it will burn. It smells like custard. Alright, so after you stir this in, you're going to want to sort of scrape around the edges so that you get most of it in. And then you're going to want to pour it back into the pot and put it back on the stove once this is all mixed in. So you're going to want to pour that back in. And then you're going to want to stir it the entire time it's on the heat.
Now this is just on a medium heat, if you can see.
Alright.
And you just want to stir it so that it's nice and thick.
And then you're going to put that, after it's thickened, back into the bowl we had it in before, and you're going to add the chocolate to it. You can.
Add everything you can. Don't scrape out any if it's sticking to the bottom of the pot.
Nope, just the sides. Alright, and then after that, just place that.
Then we're just going to add our white chocolate into the hot mix.
Yeah.
Hold the camera for a second.
It's quite thick, but that's because that's how white chocolate tends to
mix
get.
right through.
Yeah. Alright, so once that's thoroughly mixed in, you're going to want to put that in the fridge for, I'd say, around 20 minutes
Just till it's no longer hot?
Yeah. Slightly warm is okay, but you don't want it hot. Alright, so
In the meantime, we're just going to butter and sugar these molds. Get a bit of butter. Really make sure you get all around the edge, because the one thing you want to be careful about with a souffle is it doesn't stick to the mold, because that can cause the whole thing to deflate. So we're just going to carefully grease them all, like this. And then
would you hold this while I sugar them? Add some sugar into the buttered mold. And we may need a little bit more sugar than this, but you're basically just gonna roll it around so that it covers all of the surface of the mold.
so the whole inside area is coated with sugar.
Yeah. Can you just pause that and grab me some more sugar? Right. So we've got like way too much sugar in this, but that's
I
alright.
think you missed a spot there.
Just a couple of spots. Just make sure you get the entire mold. Okay. You want to just tap out any of the excess sugar. Spank it like a disobedient child. Don't do that.
So when you look at the mold, it should just have an even coating of sugar on the inside surface. It's okay if the butter's not perfectly perfect, because it's all going to go in the oven and melt anyway.
And then be delicious and crystallized. Alright. Doesn't matter if you make a little bit of a mess on the countertop.
Alright, we're just going to take the molds, we've buttered and sugared them. I'm just going to pop them in the fridge. I don't think you have to, but I feel like maybe that helps.
Then I'm going to clean up.
Okay.
Alright.
And we'll be back when that's cool, and we'll show you the next step. Oh!
Preheat the oven.
Preheat the oven.
You want it to about 200 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit. You ready? And I'm just gonna put it on like a medium speed.
Yep. It's pretty close.
That's pretty close to what we want.
That's basically that's
Gonna
like
get it.
wide open.
Alright.
Cool.
Don't lick these beaters. It's just egg white. Alright, what you're going to want to do next is you've got your egg whites, you've got your spatula, and you've got your custard mixture. You're going to want to take this in thirds. So you're going to want the first third. You're just going to slide that on in there. And this one can be beaten a little bit more vigorously. You still want to fold it in, because you want to fold it in.
And this is just to keep all the air in the dish,
Yeah.
right?
Because otherwise it's not going to rise, and then you're going to feel like a failure and everyone will make fun of you.
Well, it'll still be like a pudding, but it won't be a souffle.
It won't be good enough, and I will hate you forever.
You're really harsh. You know that?
Shut up, Susan.
I don't know why you made me wear the wig.
Because it looks good, Susan. It makes you look better than you didn't look before. You were ugly, that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, it looked really nice.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
Don't kid yourself. Alright, so you're going to want that, like, nicely fold it in. You can sort of just slice all through there. And then you're going to want to fold this one in slower. And it's alright if you have a couple of chunky bits left over of the egg whites.
Try not to have them too chunky, but...
Not too chunky, yeah, but it's alright if you have a couple.
But you really don't want to mix it too much.
No.
Don't do that, mate. Just...
That's about good.
Yep, and the rest.
And then you're going to add your last third of this. Chop that on in there. Just going to fold that all in. Delicious.
Oh man, it looks so light.
So light and fluffy. Just like you. Get it? I just called you Fat Susan.
I'm not fat. Just big boned.
Big boned is a lie. I guess someone could have big bones.
Just have a really fast metabolism, that's all.
You have a really slow metabolism.
I never figured out what a fast or a slow metabolism.
Fast metabolism is when you eat a lot and you don't get fat, and those are the people I hate.
Oh.
Look at that good?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it's alright if you have a couple of the little lumpy bits in it.
Break up those last tiny ones. Yeah, there we go.
So you're going to put even amounts.
Let's just pop them on the tray first, shall we?
You're going to put even amounts in your ramekins.
Right, there we go. It's recording again, but I don't know how much we missed. If you've just tuned in, we've folded the egg whites through the custard, and now we're putting it in the molds that we buttered and sugared earlier.
And by if you just tuned in, he means the camera decided to turn off.
Whatever.
Alright. So,
Just show that to the camera.
this is what you're looking at.
And we've got our preheated oven at about 200 degrees.
Celsius. You can figure out what that is in Fahrenheit for yourself.
Google can help you.
Go, 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 Google! Alright, you're going to cook that
I'm
for
going to
about
set the timer for about 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
And then we'll come back and check it.
And then you're going to lick out the bowl.
Not ready yet.
How much longer do you reckon?
Just going to give it another 5 minutes. So it's had 10. We'll give it another 5.
Alright. So,
Alright, so that's been in the oven for about 20 minutes now. And here they are.
Hey, nice and browned.
Finished now. The longer you leave them out, the more they're going to deflate. So you want to serve them up straight away.
If you stab them with a skewer and the skewer comes out clean, they're done. It's kind of like a cake. Basically, exactly like a cake,
Kinda like
except
a
it's
cake.
not like a cake.
But be really
It's
careful, because if
nothing
you stab
like
it
a
too
cake.
much, it'll deflate.
Yeah. You can like sprinkle them with icing sugar and stuff like that, but we're not going to do that today because
Just going to eat them.
yeah, because eating them is what you should do.
Well, come on. Serve them up. They're falling already. Come on, let's go. Alright.
Alright.
Bye, guys.